Game 2 ng quarterfinals sa pagitan ng Magnolia Beverage Masters at Coca-Cola Tigers. Nandito kami sa Inari Center sa Antipolo City. Tinatabayan na natin ang pagsisimula ng ball game na ito. Samantala, of course, nakauna na ang Magnolia sa Game 1. Babawi kaya ang Coca-Cola? Masterful sweep ba for the Beverage Masters o a roaring comeback para sa Coca-Cola Tigers? We're here to find out kung ano mangyayari rito. And the first basket galing sa Coca-Cola, galing kay Alex Cabagnot. Benji Santiago kasama ko rito, si Kinito Henson as we take a look at the offense ito Magnolia na pinapahirapan ng depensa ng Coca-Cola. Dito Gabi, ayan, hindi halos maiangat ang bola Kinito.
Ito, naglalabanan sila. Good defense being shown here by both teams. At alam natin, Azaman Benji, no? Only one quarterfinal series left unsettled. Ito na po yun. Because yung Barangay Ginebra ay pumasok na sa semifinals.
Yes, totoo yan, ano? At eto, may 9 seconds sa shot clock at 2-0 tayo. Nagaya na binabanggit natin, Alex Cabagnot at the first basket of this ball game. They need every point na makukuha nila, especially from their key players, especially from their imports who combined only for 14 points back in Game 1. Alam naman natin ang Coca-Cola Tigers nakailang palit na, especially doon sa kanilang small import. Kaya si Brandon Dean. We're taking a look at the two coaches. Coach Shotang Kinsen, kanina naman si Coach Binky Favis. Kanina nahirapan ang opensa nito Magnolia Beverage Masters. Let's see, this one, Don Ontiveros comes up short with that jumper. Alex Cabagnot, quickly to Brandon Dean. Dean is guarded by Olsen Racela. Looks the pass punta kay Nick Velasco through the outside jumper. That will go.
Well, nakita natin, no? A pick and pop play here with Brandon Dean at saka si Nick Velasco. You would much rather see a pick and roll rather than a pick and pop.
This time around from point blank range, Dorian Peña gets the first basket para sa Magnolia Beverage Masters to tie the count.
Peña gives a lot of assistance para kay Amal Macaskill, no? Because he's there to clear the boards, play tough interior defense, frees up Macaskill to do other things on the floor.
And usually sinasabi nila pag umiscore like si Dorian Peña, that's already a bonus para rito sa Magnolia Beverage Masters. A turnover called laban rito sa Coca-Cola Tigers.
At nakita natin yung matinding depensa ng Magnolia. In the conference so far, Magnolia is giving up only 89.9 points a game. That's less than 90. That's number 2 in the league. And that tells you what kind of defense that this team can play.
But Coca-Cola is also applying good defense here against Magnolia. Eto, nasa Coca-Cola sila umaatake ngayon. And that's the second basket para sa Coca-Cola. Still, Alex Cabagnot. 4-2 in favor of the Tigers. Also Racela fronted by Brandon Dean. They go to Don Ontiveros. And a foul away from the basketball spotted here by our referees. And that's a foul against Mark Macapagal, his first.
Benji, nakita natin si Macapagal taking on Lordy Tugade. And he's a surprise starter because in Game 1 sa serie ito, si Katli ang nag-start in that position, number 2 spot. But Mark Macapagal is known for his good outside shooting, also his hard-nosed defense. He's big hit on the break here by Coach Binky Favis.
Well, for sure, Lordy Tugade is going to be a marked man. That's why they put a mark on him. Si Mark Macapagal. Bagsak si Olsen Racela, an offensive foul called against Coca-Cola.
You can see that Coca-Cola is trying to set up Brandon Dean. Ang balita kay Brandon is that at practice, he has been a most explosive player. Pero wala siyang halos pinakita, no? Nung game number 1 sa series ito, held down to only 8 points. And you saw Nick Velasco trying to give him a pick. Yung nga lang natawagan ng offensive foul. So you see that there is an effort to free up Brandon Dean.
Brandon Dean, a former Harlem Globetrotter, shot 3 of 11 lamang in that game 1.
At ang balita, partner, is that this Dean is a windmill dunker. He's such an explosive scorer both inside and outside. But ano nangyari sa game number 1? Well, Don Ontiveros played excellent defense on him. Now it's Olsen Racela's turn to shadow si Brandon Dean.
Mark Macapagal from the corner. Can't find the basket from that spot. And it's still 4-2 in favor of the Coca-Cola Tigers. It's also Racela going to Don Ontiveros. Di makatanggap ng bola si Amal Macaskill dun sa ilalim. Guardiado siya. Dito si Jason Dixon. Marty Tugade from the outside. Wala. Rebound. Ito McCaskill. Posting laban dito kay Jason Dixon. Gets his first two of the ball game.
That's an excellent post-up move. Kita-kita natin ang kilos, no, ni Amal McCaskill. That's the move of a natural center. Plays the 5 position. He played for 4 NBA teams. He's got a lot of experience behind him.
And 20 points back in game 1 of this short best-of-3 series here in the quarterfinals. Samantala, Nick Velasco firing away, and it's in. His first basket of the ball game.
And you notice also it's in that sequence, no, si Dorian Peña ang tumawa kay Dixon, and that allows McCaskill to go up against the local. So Coach Shotang Vincent really doesn't want McCaskill to give up too many fouls guarding the import.
Brandon Dean is not taking a shot yet in this ball game. Mike Makapagal for second attempt from the same spot. Still nothing. 6-4 pa rin. Although labang rito ang Coca-Cola Tigers, umaatake ngayon ang Magnolia Beverage Masters.
Benji, kitang-kita natin, no? Si Dixon halos hindi makahawak ng bola, no? San Miguel denying him the entry pass. Coca-Cola forced to take the outside shot. In that particular sequence, again, the big man ng Coca-Cola, no, not able to get his hands on the ball.
It's like the logic is there. Take away the import and an import-flavored conference. May advantage na kagad yung kabila. Jason Dixon only had, 6 points in game 1. Right now, ayan, hirap na hirap pakahawak ng bola kinito.
Well, stationary siya. When you're stationary and then you wait for the entry pass, the defense is going to collapse on you, so you have to move so that the defense is not able to collapse on you.
Also, Rosella just rattled one in from inside the key to tie the count at 6-all. 7-10 dito sa ating first quarter pa lamang. Dixon, fouled by Dorian Peña. They're frustrating him early in this ball game already, Kinito.
Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Peña will be giving up his fouls on Dixon to spare McCaskill. Ito si Coach Shotang Vincent, one of the most cerebral coaches sa liga natin. Dixon, what a woeful performance in game number 1. Only 6 points.
And this guy usually given a lot of free throws in every ball game of Coca-Cola Tigers. But back in game 1, halos, hindi ganun napadalas ito si Jason Dixon to take free throws.
In fact, he went 0 out of 0. Walang free throw ang binigay ng Magnolia, no, kay Dixon. That's also a mark of a good defensive team, no? You don't want to give free throws. You want to play tough defense. Defense with your feet, not with your hands.
Well, he knocked down both free throws earlier as they take the lead once again, but also Rosella have other things in mind, shooting from the outside. McCaskill, the second offensive rebound here in the first quarter, goes for the jump hook, and it's in.
Yan yung sinasabi natin, the natural moves of a center, of a pure center. And he's got that nice touch off the turnaround with a baby hook shot. And Dixon, because he's smaller, he's gonna have a hard time.
And he makes his own play. That time around, nakita natin yung kay Amal McCaskill. Nick Velasco for the deep corner for a DM press.
Yan ang versatility ni Velasco, no? He can hurt you outside. He can also post up and score on putbacks. So he's a good inside-outside player. And that time, he brought McCaskill away from inside the basket to try to defend him.
Now McCaskill taking it strong. Laban kay Jason Dixon. He's got 6 in the ball game.
You know, the way McCaskill is scoring, Coach Pinky Fabius must be wondering, do we double him or do we stick with Dixon, guarding him single coverage?
Jason Dixon, kailangan umarangkada rin ang kanyang offense here. Maliban na rin to concentrate on defense against McCaskill.
Well, that's a good sign for Coach. Now nakakahawak na ng bola si Dixon. Not only that, he's already gone to the line.
So that's gonna from the three-point area back in game 1. Tabla muli tayo, 13-all. Brandon Dean looking for Jason Dixon. Dixon gets the pass. Dixon na double team, kicks it out. Brandon Dean, quick pass. Over to Mike Makapagal with 6 ATM press. Bola na press dito sa Inares. First quarter pa lamang tayo.
Tsaka Benji, napapansin natin, no? Si Dean is deferring. He's not going strong to the hole. He's not looking for a shot. He's looking to pass. Ito, easy offensive rebound for Dondon Ontiveros. Very poor reaction on the part of the Coca-Cola rebounders.
Caught flat-footed that time on Coca-Cola. Scoops one in. Dondon Ontiveros for his first basket. Coca-Cola by 1, 4.5. Lead starting first quarter. Jason Dixon. From the corner. At ito, marangkada na nga ang offense. Ito si Jason Dixon. 6 points. He only had those number of points back in game 1. The totality of the game.
At hindi pumunta sa free throw line yan.
Ontiveros with a D.M. press. Tabla na naman tayo. 18 all. What a first quarter so far. Anything you can do, I can do better. Ganun na nakikita natin. Almost everybody clicking here as we go into a timeout. We have a tied score at 18 all. Welcome back into the ball game. It's 18 all. The 6th deadlock deciding first quarter. Meron din ang Coca-Cola. Meron din kaming Dean. And the Dean has got this to say.
Ito for Coca-Cola. Importante sa kanila that they go for broke. Number 1, power offense. They've got to get the maximum mileage offensively. Not only from Dixon but also from Asi Taulava. Limit free throws given. And they gave 32 free throws to Magnolia sa game number 1. Yung outsider team nila, they have to be on target outside. Their perimeter shots must be falling inside. They were 9 of 26 from 3-point distance in game number 1. They need to be able to increase that percentage.
That is his second personal.
In the meantime, 3 minutes and 53 remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Ball goes back para rito sa panig ng Magnolia Beverage Masters. An offensive foul rather called against Coca-Cola.
Now interesting switch partner. Si Dixon, who has been able to wax hot very early in this game, is now sitting down in favor of Asi Taulava.
Ontiveros from the outside. Nope. Brandon Dean already has 3 assists. He had 6 back in game 1 and 2 steals.
You know, he's not going strong to the hole. He had an opportunity to penetrate and go inside. But again, he stopped his dribble and refers to his teammates.
About note, going to Asi Taulava. 5 seconds of shot clock on Coca-Cola Tigers. Does Asi know it? Yes! So instant offense provided here by Asi Taulava. Pabalik kay Jason Dixon. Coca-Cola on top once again by 2, 2018. McCaskill will try his skills. Sabag kay Asi Taulava. Slam dunk na yun.
McCaskill is telling Coach Pinky Bobbies, you better double team him. Team me, because if not, I'm just going to score and score and score.
Velasco handoff to Dean. He's guarded by Mark Pingris. Brandon Dean. Now double team. Shot clock winding down. 3 seconds. Kabagno puts it up and short. McCaskill for the rebound. Here comes Lordy Tugade. Lordy, will he go all the way? Napatid. Well, he lost his footing.
And they'll say last touch to Tugade.
In the meantime, meron tayong timeout. Still, ayaw maghiwalay itong dalawang teams dito. 20 all with 2 and 23 here in the first. In the meantime, let's turn you over to Dominic Guri.
Well, thank you, Benji. Itong si Brandon Dean, alam ng buong Coca-Cola Tigers na maganda pinapakita niya sa ensayo. Kaya naman ganado-ganado sila. But after that woeful performance in Game 1, he only scored 8 points, had 3 out of 11 from the field. Though he had 6 assists and 3 steals. Pero sabi niya, after that game, he apologized to the entire team at sabi niya, he will play much better in today's game, be more aggressive. Hindi pa natin siya nakikita going to the basket, but he's had 3 assists. So tignan natin, he needs to inspire the Coca-Cola Tigers to be able to come back from this 0-1 deficit. Benji?
Yes, isa yan sa mga inatabayanan nga natin ang mangyari rito para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. At of course, inatabayanan din natin dito kung makakatabla nga ang Coca-Cola dito sa serye na ito. 2 minutes and 18 remaining sa ating first quarter. Asi Taulava has it. Jason Dixon is back on the floor para sa Tigers. Ron J. Buenafe seeing action for the first time. And Asi could be called for the offensive foul. No! It's a foul laban kay Danny Ildefonso. Nagulat din siya ron.
A lot of second unit players now on the floor. At si Ildefonso showing a lot of intensity very early in this game. Kakapasok lang niya and he'll be matched up against Taulava. Mike Cortez also playing for the first time. He had 18 points in game number 1.
Some players who also came off the bench back in game 1 para kay Coach John Tankitsa. Roger Buenafe with a TM press.
His first shot, a lot of confidence behind that shot. Dalawa yun o tatlo? Tatlo.
23-20 na yun nasa scoreboard natin eh.
By the way, si Buenafe had 15 points in game 1.
Ildefonso off the mark with that shot. Buenafe. Asi Taulava and Ildefonso is getting to be physical between these two big guys. At ang bola nawala sa mga kamay ni Asi Taulava. They turn it over.
But good intention on the part of Coca-Cola. They want to have two big players playing the low post. So to keep Magnolia's defense guessing, sino ba ang didepensa nila? Who will they focus defensively on? Asi o si Jason Dixon?
McCaskill outside the Tondo Tiveros. Turnaround jumper won't go. Dixon quickly to Roger Buenafe. Pero napalakas masyado yung pasa na yun. He lost it. Another turnover. Is it a turnover? No! It will stay para rito sa panig ng Coca-Cola Tigers. Last touch sa Magnolia.
Alam mo, kanina lamang, no? Pinapag-usapan natin si Brandon Dean. He's not on the floor right now. He is still scoreless. And, for that report of Dominic, he did mention that hindi pa masyadong agresibo si Brandon Dean in this game. Buti pa nga si Di Maunahan. No? Penetrating and going strong to the hole.
Naka-attempt na.
Oo.
49 seconds remaining starting first quarter. Roger Buenafe trying to shake up Mark Fingers. He fires from long distance. Tumalog lumawas. And here comes Magnolia. Jonas Villanueva. Now to Mike Cortez. Cortez to Danny I. Top of the key jumper is in. Ildefonso had 13 back in game 1. Played for 25 minutes. Getting his first 2 here in game 2. Sa lamang ang lamang ng Coca-Cola. Roger Buenafe laban kay Jonas Villanueva. Di maunahan. 5-second shot clock here para sa Coca-Cola. Di maunahan. First the shot, air ball. Rebound McCaskill. Last shot time, pero 4 seconds here. Mike Cortez, wala nang babaan for Pingris. Tatabig ni Ildefonso, hindi pa rin pumasok. 2 chances to score here para sa Magnolia. Hihinayang sa mga pagkakataon, golden opportunity. But nevertheless, still a close ball game at the end of the first period. Makikita natin si Jason Dixon. He's concentrating on his offense. He'd better. Dahil kung hindi, goodbye na sa Coca-Cola. But this is just the first quarter. Natapos yan with Coca-Cola slightly ahead just by 1, 23-22.
And not give Coca-Cola more chances to score.
Well, when you said bottle up Dean and he's playing for Coca-Cola, I wonder which is better. Yung nasa bote o yung nasa lata?
All right. Ito. We've just been talking about turnovers. Magnolia with a turnover.
And Coca-Cola leading by 1, gets the ball back here. Get things going para sa ating second quarter of action. Muli po Benji Santiago. Kasama ko si Kinito Henson, Dominic Roy, Peaches Abenin, and Asi Taulava will score at point-blank range.
Nice pick and roll play that time for Asi Taulava. And there was no switch. Taulava scoring inside.
Cortez going to Dorian Benya.
Looks like an offensive foul, moving pick.
As you can see here, field goals. Tigers 53-44 para sa Magnolia.
Both coaches are pacing their players. Si McCaskill is now sitting down. Brandon Dean, hindi pa binabalik ni Coach Binky Pavis.
Roger Buenafe kicks it out. Aris Di Maunahan is there. Asi Taulava. Once again, shot clock. Bumababa para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Taulava too strong off the board. Claiming he was fouled. Jonas Villanueva going to Mark Pingris inside. It's Danny I. Hand up, Dorian Peña. Blocked from behind by Jason Dixon.
And that time, yung interior defense of Coca-Cola forcing Magnolia to change shots.
Especially with the presence there of Jason Dixon, who never gave up.
Alam mo, Benji, pinag-uusapan natin yung defense ng Magnolia, but actually Coca-Cola is also a tough defensive team. They gave up only 90.1 points so far in this conference. That's just a notch higher than Magnolia. So yung Coca-Cola, hindi din masamang dumepensa.
O kanina naman natawagan si Asitaw laban ng offensive foul laban kay Danny Ildefonso. Danny Ildefonso, good job. Villanueva going to Danny I. And Bingley's. And there's that foul called against Cesar Catley.
Magnolia looking for the mismatch now, and they feel that Bingley's, with his height advantage and his bulk advantage, can post up against Cesar Catley. Catley is more known to be a guard. Now he's playing yung free spot.
Ito na naman, dinidikdik na ni Mark Bingley. Ito si Catley. And here's the pass. Punta kay Jonas Villanueva, firing away from long distance. Di pumasok. He had to make a shot. Ito Catley, naiwanan bukas. Nope. Mike Cortez will be the one setting up the play here para sa Magnolia. Ron J. Buenafe playing tough defense of Mike Cortez. Mike Cortez bumagasa, blocked and fouled. Ayaw siyang iwanan ni Ron J. Buenafe.
Well, good move by Mike Cortez. Kasi nakita natin kanina, no, that Magnolia really didn't get anything from their offense. And Cortez going strong to the hole. Hindi naka-score. In fact, hindi nga naka-attempt ng free throw ang buong first quarter ang Magnolia. So this is a good sign for Magnolia that they're more aggressive now in going to the hole so that they can get to the line.
Unfortunately, hindi pumasok yung unang free throw nito si Mike Cortez.
And here's McCaskill checking back in for Peña. So malaking bagay yun, that Coach Shotang Kitsen was able to buy some good quality rest time for McCaskill in between the first and second quarter breaks.
Mike Cortez splitting his free throws. They're down by 2. Coca-Cola on the attack. Dixon with a basket. 8 puntos na para kay Jason Dixon.
And very offense-minded. No, if Dixon can only match the output of McCaskill, then that will give Brandon Dean a wide opening, no, to be able to show what he can do offensively. But Dean is still not in the game.
Ron J. Buenafe, what a move! Ka naman! Ibang klaseng crossover ang ginawa nitong si Ron J. Buenafe.
Napapansin natin dito, no, that Coca-Cola is picking up the pace. They've got the speed players on the floor with Ron J. Buenafe. Di Maunam is a defensive player. And they feel that they have an advantage in that respect.
McCaskill missing the shot. And the Coca-Cola Tigers, hindi nagkaamuyan. Yun yung sinasabi ron kung sino nga hawak ng bola. And possession will remain para sa Magnolia Beverage Masters. But the action will continue right after this timeout with Coca-Cola enjoying a 6-point lead, 29-23. 8 minutes and 48 remaining dito sa ating first half. And what we're seeing here is a fast-paced ball game here in Game 2 of the quarterfinals. Well, the Dean on Dean.
Well, napansin natin, no, si Brandon Dean really hasn't been too aggressive in this game. And I think Coca-Cola needs to have him go strong to the basket, go to the foul line, get his offense to flow. He will be able to get some good confidence. He's able to hit those free throws. And of course, maybe get Dixon more involved in the flow ng offense nila. And maybe using some pick and rolls. Brandon Dean, ito po ang ginawa niya ng game number 1. Not very impressive.
Ito naman ang kuha na yun eh. Parang ikaw mismo nagko-coach kay Brandon Dean eh. Brandon ka in one corner, shouting out instructions to Brandon Dean. Alright, let's continue with the action here as Magnolia is down by 6. Lordy Tugana is back on the floor para sa Magnolia Beverage Masters. McCaskill laban kay Jason Dixon. Now called for traveling ng gigil. Jamal McCaskill or Amal McCaskill.
I think Dixon also has adjusted his defense a little bit, no, on McCaskill. He's got both his feet planted on the ground, and he's pushing McCaskill a little bit away from his comfort zone. where he can turn around and hit the baby hook shot.
So both ends of the floor, it's Jason Dixon who's doing a little better here. Quick to McCaskill. Now, ito, kapapasok pa lamang, nagpakilala na kaagad. Mark Telan getting his first basket of the ball game. Instant offense here for Coca-Cola.
Well, Telan has a lot to prove. He didn't play the last 2 games for Coca-Cola, and in his last 7 games, he was only able to score 2 points. So he has been able to match that output already with that field goal conversion.
Kasi nga naman, baka maging last game eh. No? Saka-sakali. It's time for him to wake up. Villanueva with a TM press. That's Jonas Villanueva for you. His first basket of the ball game. He really has that touch from 3-point area. Binaba sa 5 itong lamang ng Coca-Cola Tigers, 31-26. Vic Velasco. Now out to Ron J. Buenafe. Driving the baseline. Aangat. Di papasok. Mark Talan almost had it. The rebound. Now he'll be called for last touch.
And Coca-Cola sticking to that floating zone. No? You see that they're matching up on the outside, but you also see that McCaskill is anchoring himself underneath the basket, so he's not really guarding any man, he's guarding space. So you see a matchup zone here being employed by Magnolia.
McCaskill with a jump hook for him back in the first period. Now he has 10. He's trying to make it work for him once again here in the second quarter.
And that's his strong side. When he turns around with that jump hook on the right side, nahihirapan si Dixon to keep him away from scoring.
Now it's Jason Dixon's turn to score. Pero na-sandwich siya. Aris di maunahan. Driving! What a move here!
Yan ang tapang ni Di Maunahan. And Coca-Cola needs that. But they need to be more aggressive, especially if McCaskill is being drawn away by Dixon on defense. That gives an opportunity for the penetrators to slash.
That's a foul called here. Laban kay Aris di maunahan. That's only his first. Earlier he had his first basket for the Coca-Cola Tigers. Meantime, Lordy Tugade going to Mark Pingers. The short jumper is in. Only the first 2 points ditong si Mark Pingers. Meantime, punta muna natin si Dominic Uy.
Benji, itong si Amal McCaskill nung last game, he concentrated on defense. Itong kay Jason Dixon, kaya naman 6 points ang skinner niya. Pero sabi niya, hindi siya natuwa dun sa kanyang offensive game. Kaya naman, he vowed in today's game, mas gagawa siya. Today, he already has 10 points, pero mukhang gumagawa na rin dun si Jason Dixon. Sabi niya, kahit na gumawa itong si Jason Dixon, as long as they're able to limit him, they'll be okay.
Alright, let's see. Well, grabe naman talaga yung limitation na ginawa ni McCaskill dito kay Jason Dixon back in game 1. 6 points lamang para rito kay Jason Dixon. But right now, of course, sabi nga natin na-hurdle na nitong si Jason Dixon yung kanyang output back in game 1, and he's doing everything here para sa game 2, offense and defense.
Now, Benji is an interesting twist. Dalawang import ng Coca-Cola. They have that luxury of being able to play 2 imports. But in this stage of the game, Coach Binky Favis is opting to go all Filipino. Yung dalawang import niya, nakaupo sa bangko, no? Which is very, very surprising. Although Coca-Cola is up by 5, Coach Binky Favis feels that it's the locals giving them the effort, both defensively and offensively. So si Dixon at saka si Brandon Dean are now sitting down.
So we'll try to see here if this could turn out to be an advantage para sa Magnolia Beverage Masters when they have McCaskill there. And look at the efforts of the locals of Coca-Cola Tigers. Almost another turnover to Magnolia. But the shot clock's winding down. 4 seconds. Michael Tess picks it up for a TM press. 4 na puntos para kay Michael Tess. Para sinasabi ng Magnolia, ganun ba yung mga locals na gumagana sa Coca-Cola? Pagaganahin rin yung locals sa Magnolia. Alex Cabagot. Gaganti ba? Nope.
May tulak doon.
Oo Lordy Tugade, out-rebounding Nick Velasco. Di makapaniwala yung referee natin.
Partner, Tugade had 15 rebounds last time out.
Yun career high. Para kay Lordy Tugade.
At hindi lang sariling kayo, your partner. You know that Magnolia was playing good team rebounding, no? And when you box out the big men ng kalaban, that gives an opportunity for small men like Lordy Tugade to grab the rebounds.
Exactly. McCaskill only had 11 rebounds back in game 1. Tugade had 15. Now, Asita Ulava, diliktik na gusto si Dorian Peña to get another basket. He's got 6 in the ball game. Lamang ng 4 ang Coca-Cola.
Now that was power play. Ay, sinasabi natin kanina about Coca-Cola. That's what they need, power offense.
PM-3 naman yan para kay Toto Montiveros. He's got 8 in the ball game. And don't look now. Isa na lang ang lamang ng Coca-Cola. Hoy! May foul yata downstairs. Malinis yung Blanca ni McCaskill. Dorian Peña could be called for another foul here. His third. As you take a look, ito si Asita Ulava, gusto niyang ulitan ng puntos itong si Dorian Peña.
Well, tama din yung ginawa ni McCaskill. No? He didn't want to risk a 3-point play opportunity for Asita Ulava. So you go for the block. And ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, yung dalawang import ng Coca-Cola sitting down on the bench.
You have the luxury of 2 imports, huh? Now, the 2 imports are feeling the luxury of just sitting down and watching their teammates still having the lead in this ball game, 39-36. Montiveros, guarded by Mark Macapagal at natawagan siya ng traveling.
Macapagal doing a good job defensively. Remember, he started in this game for Coca-Cola.
39-36, the 3-point lead para sa Coca-Cola. They get the ball back. Nick Velasco is up against Lordy Tugade. Nick Velasco takes it out. Macapagal. Now they go inside to Asita Ulava. And he fires away from the corner. Now there's Papa Ronaldo si Mike Telan. Offensive rebound and put back. 4 points in the game para kay Mike Telan.
Finding that opening si Mike Telan. No? That zone defense being played here by Magnolia.
A 5-point lead by Cortez, wanting to cut it down. Falls short with that shot. Mark Macapagal has the leather. Ito si Alex Cabagnot setting up the play. Mark Telan to Mark Macapagal. Macapagal spins. Pumitin pa sa ere. Caskill was there to defend. Tugade. Foul by Mark Telan.
At Tugade at saka si Cabagnot exchanging some maybe not too kind words. Ito si Cabagnot, he's hard-nosed. Cabagnot knows how to take a hit. And si Tugade, ganun din. Hindi mababaktal yan.
Ito yung drive ni Lordy Tugade. That hard foul ni Mike Telan. Tinignan si Mike Telan. Then pagbalik ka na doon ito si Jeff or Alex Cabagnot. Well, Lordy Tugade takes care of the first free throw of that foul ni Mike Telan.
Tugade had 20 points in game 1. That matched McCaskill's output.
And he splits his charities and Mike Telan comes down with the rebound. Alex Cabagnot. Cabagnot firing away from long distance off the mark. Tugade. Now it's Nick Velasco on him. Rosella. Peña. 10-second shot clock here para sa Magnolia.
Offensive foul was a moving pick and McCaskill called for that.
Earlier, Dorian Peña was called for that kind of a foul. Then McCaskill.
And still no sign from the Coke bench for either import to check back in. Si Tino matagal-tagal lang nakaupo. And Dixon actually hasn't done a bad job. He's got 8 points in the game.
Meanwhile, the locals have been preserving the lead para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Although they missed the scoring opportunity there. Don Montiveros sa Lordy Tugade. No! McCaskill. Peña.
Hard foul. And
si Mike Telan na naman yun, ha?
Well, Telan is making good use of his minutes. Quality time ang pinapakita niya dito, ha? He's got 4 points. Ilan ang foul ni Telan? He's got 2 personal fouls. And 2 rebounds as well.
May mga na-miss na games ka si Mark Telan, pero what a way to make up for it. Dalawang hard foul kanina against Lordy Tugade. Now Dorian Peña. Well, I don't know if you could call it 2 good fouls for Mark Telan dahil nag-split ng charities kanina si Lordy Tugade. Now Dorian Peña, not exactly his favorite spot on the floor, shooting free throws. At lamang pa rin ang Coca-Cola by 4. Alright, brilliance in individual performance so far para sa ating top players in minutes. Chris Alexander leading the pack at Kelly Williams 40.8, averaging those kind of playing minutes para sa ating top players brought to us by Top Power Energy Drink. Top Power Energy. Fortunately, no more playing minutes for Kelly Williams. Well, na-eliminate na sila ng Barangay Ginebra earlier on. And we're just trying to figure out if there's still going to be a game to be played here in the quarterfinals the next playing day. Meantime, tingnan natin itong si Dondon Ontiveros. When he's hot. He's shooting from the outside for a TM press. At sa inyo na bagong TM discount, same 30 pesos lang. May bagong discount ka na. That's what I've been saying before we went into the timeout. Are those 2 good fouls? They may be hard para kay Mark Telan dahil nag-split nga ng charity si Lordy Tugade. And look at Dorian Peña struggling from the 4.5-meter line.
Well, no rhythm at all in that free throw. In those free throw attempts, rather, when for Peña finally taking that shot. But partner, he's shooting 37.5% from the line in this conference.
41-38, lamang pa rin ang Coca-Cola Tigers. Ito, umaatake na naman sila with Alex Cabagno directing operations on offense. Nick Velasco has it, laban kay Lordy Tugade. Velasco looking for Jason Dixon. So he's back on the floor. Jason Dixon outside to Alex Cabagno. He draws big, goes for the floater, wala. He gets the ball back, second chance, wala pa rin. Nick Velasco underneath, finally! 7 in the ball game para kay Nick Velasco.
And 3 attempts for Coca-Cola.
Di ba na nakaporma for rebounds or blocking out ang panig ng Magnolia Beverage Masters in that play ng Coca-Cola. Samantala, Amal McCaskill trying to have his way laban kay Asi Taulava. The turnaround jumper off the mark, wala man ng tinamaan.
And good defense by Asi. I pushed him away from his comfort zone, forced him to take an awkward shot from outside.
Jason Dixon laban kay Dorian Peña. Goes for the shot, wala. Last touch, Asi Taulava.
A very low scoring game here. In fact, Magnolia hasn't even breached the 40-point mark.
2 minutes remaining dito sa ating first half of action. Magnolia took game 1. Coca-Cola leading here in game 2, but this is just the first half. From the outside, that time di pumasok para kay Dondon Ontiveros. Although I believe he had a couple of 3-pointers already in this ball game. Lamang pa rin ang 5 ang Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola already in the penalty. 3 team fouls here in the second quarter para sa Magnolia Beverage Masters. Dixon. Pumapoma, laban. Dalawa na. Tatlo. Bumabantay rito kay Jason Dixon. Could not stop him easily. No choice but to foul him. At ngayon, 3 free throws na naman. Itong si Jason Dixon was not able to do that back in game 1.
Well, the way Magnolia is playing here, they've got their 3 frontliners grouped around the basket area. And that's why I'm saying that they're playing that sort of like a matchup zone. They've got 3 tall men taking care of business underneath para hindi makascore ng layups and limited ang mga putback situations ng Coca-Cola, which only means that the Tigers must be on target from the outside. If Magnolia is making it difficult for Coca-Cola to score inside, then the outside gunners must be sharp and must be ready to put up the ball and be on target.
2 missed free throws para kay Jason Dixon. But the lead para sa Coca-Cola pa rin by 5. Now it's also Rosella laban kay Alex Cabagnot. Rosella going to Peña. They have Mike Lopez. Lopez driving. Hand off inside to Dorian. What a play for Magnolia. 5 in the ball game para kay Dorian Peña. Cutting down that lead to only 3. Ron J. Buenafe. Outside to Asita Ulava. And a 3-second violation called against Jason Dixon.
Again, ito yung sinasabi natin about the interior defense of Magnolia. They're forcing Coca-Cola to think twice before going up for that shot. No possibility to penetrate that stonewall defense of Magnolia. They had the ball outside with Asi Taulava. He had second thoughts about putting up the outside shot. Tuloy, nagkaroon ng violation. Now, in the same way that Magnolia is playing tough interior defense, the all-court presence defensively ng Coca-Cola has made it also very difficult for Magnolia to get any rhythm or any flow sa kanilang offense. Ito.
Ayun na naman.
Yeah, and it's the good defense ng Coca-Cola that's keeping them head above water.
So we're not at all surprised why this is a low-scoring ball game.
Yes, ito. Another turnover here and a foul off the steal.
Seems like defense has been the name of the game for these two teams, at least here in the first half.
Well, defense also, and the fact that Coca-Cola has been very stingy in giving up free throws for Magnolia. In fact, Magnolia has gone to the line only 6 times. Coca-Cola 9 times. Ito, mabibigyan ng dalawang pagkakataon si Olsen Rosella. Now, nasa penalty na ang Coke, baka Magnolia, wala pa. 30 seconds to go. You see Brandon Dean.
Still on the bench.
And we've heard so much about him at practice, huh? And in 1998, when the Philippine national team, called the Centennial team, went over to the U.S. playing college teams, one of the teams they played was Arkansas, and Brandon Dean was a rookie for that team and played against the Philippine team. At yung nagsabi sa akin yan si Kevin Durandez, who was on that Centennial team.
Just a 30-second timeout na itinawag dito ni Coach Pinky Pavis with Coca-Cola just hanging on to a 2-point lead, 43-41 there. Jason Dixon very much utilizing this ball game, of course, but Brandon Dean, the question is still there. Kailan siya gagamitin? Well, he started this ball game. Somehow, he has not made any attempts. 3 assists. So far, that's all we've seen from Brandon Dean. Now, of course, dito kami sa Inara Center sa Antipolo. It's turned out to be a great doubleheader. Kanina nagwagi ang Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings over Santa Lucia Realtors, who played without an import. And what we're trying to find out here, kung ito nga Barangay Ginebra, they will have their next assignment sa semis na going up against Red Bull. That was the final score there, 113-85. Handily winning itong panig ng Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. But right now, we really expected a tougher game here for these two teams. You can see the score naman, just a 2-point lead for Coca-Cola. Oh!
Wala move here by Nakapagal.
Oh.
Not only was he able to get a bailout call para sa kanya, but also he got a big foul from McCaskill.
That's number 3 on Amal McCaskill. Shot Tankinsen.
Galit na galit si Coach Tom Tankinsen. Well, you know, that was really a foul. He fished for it and McCaskill knew it.
Oh, you saw the clock. 3 seconds na lamang yun.
Ay sabi ko nga, that was a bailout.
Bailed out.
But that was a smart move by Makapagal. You can't take anything away from Makapagal. He baited McCaskill to give up the foul. He got it and now he's at the line. And he's being given another free throw.
Yeah,
that was a 3-point shot attempt. So malaki yun. Malaking bagay yun. You almost count that as a 3-point shot. And we were talking about how important outside shooting is for Coca-Cola.
So now it's a 5-point lead para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Quick play, kailangan dito ng Magnolia. Mike Cortez, handoff inside. And Alex Gabagot comes up with a loose ball, but runs out of time.